Right friends, welcome back to news analysis for 18th week, and in view of the completion of 2 years of NDA government, for 18th week and 19th week we are looking at the aspects. During 18th week we are going to discuss on the positive aspects, and this is part 1, and the second part during 19th week will have negative aspects and requiring more attention, right? So this is a 2-part series, and part 1 will concentrate on positive aspects and part 2 will have negative aspects as well as aspects requiring more attention, right? And before going into the subject, I would like to remind you, please visit the Facebook page Learning Space Digital. If you want more educational content on English grammar, please visit Learning Space Digital. Right friends, 2 years of Narendra Modi rule, I listed 24 positive aspects. First and the foremost is, country came out of a policy paralysis and inaction. At least some action is taking place and some dynamism is imparted into the administration. This is a major change of this government in comparison to previous UPA rule. Second one is, no major corruption scandals till date. And third important point is, new government of NDA is pushing certain policies with vigor and zeal and sometimes with innovation. This is another major change, and crony capitalism is not rampant. Crony capitalism means getting benefits from the people who are close to the governance or administration, like bureaucracy, politicians, the followers or the relatives of politicians getting more benefits is crony capitalism, and crony capitalism is not rampant. And transparency in policies is also clearly evident. Look into the next one, transparent coal or spectrum auctions. This is most important point. Coal auctions were conducted in the most transparent way. At the same time, spectrum auctions were also conducted in most transparent way. And policies on mines and minerals, then hydrocarbon exploration licensing policy made specific changes, single license for all types of hydrocarbons, like that, and major shift from profit sharing to revenue sharing. That is another shift in hydrocarbon exploration licensing policy. So these are the steps in the right direction. Then if you look at the infrastructure sector, there are more reforms in highways sector, especially steps taken to go for EPC model, engineering, procurement and construction model. Not only that, hybrid annuity models have revived the private sector participation in highways construction, and these policy changes will result in more commissionings in near future. So there is a strategic shift in highways construction. Highways construction was also hampered prior to the takeover of this government, and this government taken steps for reviving this EPC model as well as hybrid annuity models, going into the crux of the problem and trying to remove the difficulties. This is the biggest achievement if you look at the highways sector. Then if you look at the railways sector, more emphasis is being given on funding. And in this connection, please don't forget, agreement with the Life Insurance Corporation of India assumed significance, and moreover, several structural reforms were initiated, and though they are at early stage, they are expected to give desired results in the near future. So railway sector, if things go well, is in for massive transformation 5 years, 10 years down the line. Then another important aspect is Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana in mission mode. Most important, this Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana resulted in opening of more than 21 crore bank accounts, and it clearly shows the power of working in mission mode. Then another landmark achievement is land boundary agreement with Bangladesh. More than 40-year-old problem was solved with statesmanship. Now the persons living in enclaves have got citizenship rights, and for the first time they voted in the assembly elections held recently. So, the 4-decade-old problem of enclaves was solved with the statesmanship. Steps taken to ensure more connectivity with Bangladesh. In fact, sanction was given for Agartala-Akhaura railway line, that is 15 kilometers length, with the bridge on Feni river. Chittagong port will become nearer to Tripura state. Northeast will have more access from Bangladesh ports. So, the steps taken with Bangladesh will transform Northeast India in the near future. Then another important, much desired action is UDAY. UDAY is Ujjwal Discom Assurance Yojana. Under this, state governments will take over 75% of the debt of the discoms in 2 years, and they will issue bonds. In the year 2015-16, bonds worth rupees 99,000 crores of rupees have already been issued by some state governments. So, it is the step in the right direction. It will facilitate availability of uninterrupted power supply with efficiency of operations. Another landmark achievement is $500 million Chabahar Port Agreement. And once this comes up, then what will happen? India will have easy access to Central Asia. Central Asia is having 5 countries, and with access to Central Asia, India will get a chance to interact more with the resource-rich Central Asia bypassing Pakistan. So, India's activities with Central Asia, don't forget, Central Asia has got more oil and gas resources. So, India will have access to Central Asia bypassing Pakistan, and provision of electricity to all the villages by May 2018 is the much desired action plan, and this is being implemented on a weekly basis. This is well appreciated. By May 1, 2018, all the villages will have electricity. That is the most desired program if you look at the hinterland of the country. Indradhanush to revamp the functioning of public sector banks was unveiled, as the public sector banks are suffering due to high non-performing assets. The operationalization of a bank's board bureau during this year itself will result in certain systemic improvements. And if you look at the personal charisma of Narendra Modi, the biggest advantage for the government is Narendra Modi. He himself is a great orator and communicator. He won the hearts of millions of youth, and the government is making maximum use of social media. Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana with the least possible premium will transform the farm sector if implemented properly, and it is expected to bring down rural distress in the hinterland. And Narendra Modi's extensive tours of various countries paid somewhat moderate dividends, and India is trying to maintain balance between 2 complex blocks of West Asia led by Saudi Arabia in one hand and Iran on the other. And when it comes to United States of America, India initially gave an impression with the pronounced tilt towards United States of America, and now appears to have been rebalancing it so as not to antagonize China. Another important aspect is the statutory framework for Aadhaar, and plans to extend direct benefit transfer to other sectors is the most welcome step, right? More liberal FDI rules and intervention by the government in some cases as and when required so as to give policy clarity boosted the morale of the foreign investors to some extent. Then policies like reducing the solar power price through competitive bidding, then more emphasis on Ujala to provide LED bulbs. Already more than 10 crore LED bulbs have been provided. Highest increase in transmission lines are worth mentioning in power sector, and for the first time high speed rail corridor, that is the formulation of Ahmedabad Mumbai bullet train project with Japanese loan assistance on softer terms is one of the achievements in infrastructure sector. Then passage of real estate regulation and development bill is another achievement. This is the much sought after legislation. Then allowing spectrum sharing, spectrum trading, made available unused spectrum with the telecom companies. Then steps to increase vaccination from 65% to 90% in 5 years. At the same time, Mudra initiative to support micro and small enterprises, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao to save girl child, or some other initiatives which made their mark. Then above all, the presence of central government with the zeal and enthusiasm is felt by the common man of the country for the first time. Right friends, I listed these 24 positives or achievements, and next week we will deliberate on 24 negatives or not much action at the ground level. We are going to deliberate on those issues under part 2 during the 19th week news analysis. Please do join for other modules. Have a nice day. Thank you.